Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Hey, cowards.
Baby,
This is
I just
take
don't
2.
Get it. Do you enjoy being
Is this a copywritten song we're singing on the podcast right now?
Hey, it's a cover. It's fair use.
Buh. Hello, cowards. This is the second time we're saying hello to you tonight. Because we already started filming this podcast, and then
shit crashed.
20 minutes in.
20 minutes into the podcast, we had Ralph lose his audio and his video. And 30 seconds after I went, haha, Ralph lost all his stuff, my whole computer crashed. So that's what we call karma here. But you know what? We're back on it. It's gonna be a lot more streamlined now because we just sat there. We kind of talked for 20 minutes the last time without getting to any of our topics. So, hey cowards, it's time to introduce ourselves. I'm Brian. I live in Guelph, and I love going mini golfing. Co-host number 1, what's your name and your occupation?
That was a sick reference. My name is Raf. I am an IT guy in Guelph. I go to the film school of Burlington, hoping to graduate by 2023. And
the film school of Brampton in Guelph, the Guelph campus.
Yes, exactly. It's the satellite campus. I couldn't make it to the actual Guelph film school, so yeah, that's where we're at. Co-host number 2, why don't you introduce yourself?
What's up? My name is Christian. I'm 23. I live in Calgary.
Hey, that's a good place to live.
And
Alberto.
you know, I'm Young Rubber's manager.
Love that.
Oh,
that's my favorite.
We should have him
artist.
on the.
That's crazy. That's my favorite artist.
Yeah.
Shit.
I,
We should have.
didn't you want-
He should.
Ralph did.
Didn't what?
I was gonna say, didn't you once see Young Rubber at Union Station? And you ran up and you said hi to him.
I did see him.
Yeah.
He was the nicest guy on the planet, for real. Even though he walks around like with a balaclava on his face, even in the summertime, you'd think he'd get like a bit irritated because like the heat.
He was really nice, but the man was just sweating.
Yeah, he was just.
He was the
up.
sweatiest guy on the planet. Yeah. He does that. He does that a lot, but like, it's all good. He's releasing some new stuff soon, so.
Oh yeah. He definitely is. he definitely is. So
stay
be on
tuned
the lookout for that.
Yeah.
You know, be on the lookout.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we have a couple topics on the podcast today.
It's crazy. Also, we have moderator Danielle on the call, but
Moderator Danielle.
She's muted.
Oh, hi, moderator Danielle. Great to see you today.
Oh, she popped back in.
She said hello and she's waving.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are these topics?
Well, first things first. Cowards, this is episode 20.
It's crazy.
20.
That's older than us.
2-0.
That is literally older than us.
20 10.
But you know what? We want to thank our cowards for sticking with us this long. It means the absolute world. And you know what? To reward you, we have some big things coming in the future. Some podcast-specific things. Chris, why don't you talk about our new logo?
There are gonna be some changes with the podcasts. Specifically, some stuff we aren't gonna talk about yet because it'll be a surprise. But we're gonna have some logo change-ups. Little design elements are changing for Noggle. So that's gonna be cool. But not only are there gonna be logo changes for No One's Gonna Listen, there's gonna be a logo change for GOOSHLEMS.
Whoa!
The whole ass production.
Chris, I heard a Twitter leak that was because we were. Now this isn't confirmed, but I heard that the higher ups of GOOSHLEMS were using the font illegally,
Ye-
and they didn't realize they were using it illegally.
Yeah,
until recently.
so if you Google the font that they use, turns out you have to license it to use it. And in the higher ups being not wanting to pay for shit.
It's understandable. I've met them. They are cheap.
Extreme cheapskates.
Decided, let's just change the font altogether. We're still keeping the classic circle with the side thing and the line in the middle. That whole logo is staying the same, but the font is changing. So yeah. And we're still sticking with the same color scheme. GOOSHLEMS still purple, GOOSHLEMS second still green, GOOSHLEMS third still red.
In short, our dumbasses just forgot that we were using a font
Yep.
that we had to pay for, and now we have to own up to it. But our hoodies are infringing copyright, so
Our hoodies are now outdated, so they're very rare. There's only 4 in the world that exist.
Yeah, I think 2 of them are never worn either. Ralph, how often do you wear
Hey,
your
I
GOOSHLEMS hoodie?
actually wore that. I actually wore that once upon a time. Okay.
Brandon, how often do you wear your GOOSHLEMS hoodie?
Yeah, so those are the vintage GOOSHLEMS logos now. Pre late 2019 GOOSHLEMS. So that's fun. Oh, I realized I'm also gonna have to update that new intro because I just have to change the font.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
Real fun. But yeah, that's where
So,
we're at. And stay
that's
tuned for more surprises coming up.
We have probably the biggest announcement we had regarding the podcast in a very long time coming up. So we'll please look forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably announce that in the next week or 2.
Regarding the comment episode, which is supposed to be next week, we're gonna try and do it live. We don't know if we can, because we've never done a live stream over a call before. But I think I may have found a way. So we'd have to test that out first, and if it works, then that's what we're doing.
That's very exciting.
Yep.
Well, I have 3 or 4 main topics, and of course we can always branch off like we usually do.
Jump right into it.
The first thing is because I saw you like a tweet about it, and I wanted to hear about it. Especially because Simu Liu just posted about it.
I know. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Let's talk about the SNL guy.
Yep.
Because I read that and that really pissed me off. Because I'm
Who's the
surprised
SNL
that
guy?
they haven't said anything about it.
Yeah. Do you not know about this, Ralph?
No, what the fuck is
Okay,
this?
so SNL announced that they are hiring 3 new castmates.
Okay.
One of them being its first East Asian cast member.
Wow, representation.
And then something came out where one of the cast members that they hired, not the Asian one, said some very racist remarks towards Asian people.
Boo.
So
So
that's
what?
Well, you have to like. First of all, this happened the same day that they announced the new cast members.
yeah.
That's awkward.
And the thing is, it wasn't even like, it's not even stuff that was like years ago. It's apparent. It's like from like November 2018.
The fuck?
And it wasn't like he just did like an accent or something. Like he did, but
Yeah, he tried to do some like Asian accent. It was on his podcast. Funny enough.
How do these guys dig this shit up? That's insane. Like,
Yeah, but
is
the
this like a
blunt of it-
relatively unknown person?
Okay, wait. The blunt of it though is that he used a racial slur on said
Oh.
podcast
The-
in reference.
The racial slur that was used against you, Ralph, actually,
Oh, at
at
Port Credit
at
in
Port
Guelph.
Credit Go Station.
It wasn't at the
it
Go
wasn't
Station.
at
It was
Go
at
Station, at Port
it was
Credit.
it was like on the water.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day.
And then and then just someone just called Ralph a racist slur.
Yeah. I was in
like
the middle of like a beautiful conversation with my two buddies. We were having like a heart to heart, and then this guy on his phone like walks by, and then he does like some weird gesture on the phone. I think he was like going Gucci Gucci goo or something to like his phone or something, and then like the three of us like imitated him, and then he like noticed that we imitated him, and then he looks at me and he's like, "You fucking like, you know." Can I say it? I don't think.
No.
I don't want to say it.
Let's not say
yeah,
it.
let's keep it on the down low.
He called me the slur. And like, damn, my friends did the same thing, and I don't know why you're singling me out. And then he like speed walks away. This is like in passing, this guy. So yeah, that's
wait, he drive
my
by
racism
racist you?
yeah, he like rolls down the window, and then like just drives by. He drives away.
So yeah, he used this. It's this white guy who used that word.
Wow.
So that's fun. I think what is his name? Shane Gillis.
Dawson. Gillis. Wow.
Shane Gillis.
He was going. Never mind.
He was going coochie coochie go to his cat.
That's what I was gonna say.
No.
I was gonna say he was doing it to his cat.
No.
Remember that video of Shane Dawson picking up the cat and going, "Oh!" Remember that shit?
Yeah. Oh my God. What a sicko.
Oh my goodness.
He's going sicko.
So okay. Here's an article. So Shane Gillis, new SNL hire, has a history of racist and homophobic remarks.
Wow. Don't you think? What's his name? Lorne Michaels. Is that the SNL guy?
Yes.
Don't you think people at SNL like know the climate of what'll happen if you like hire somebody? Like
They probably didn't even know until someone pointed it out.
You gotta-
and they're like, "Oh."
I feel like you think like a big ass place like or a big ass production like SNL would like take the time to like thoroughly like do a background check on these people, no? And then like some people on the internet find out this shit.
So no, that's the thing what people are calling out. Like okay, you are either willfully ignorant to this shit, because it wasn't something that was hard to find for people. People literally just Googled his name and then it came up. Like like that shit came up, September 2018. So like
That's
last
like a year ago.
And or they did know about it and just like it was like, I don't think this is what they meant, but like I don't think this is the way, but like it could have had like some malicious intent behind it, but I don't think that's the case. I think they were just really ignorant. Like they just thought no one would fucking Google his name.
Like,
I don't
listen.
know. Here, I'll send you the clip, Ralph.
Okay.
On Twitter.
Oh, that's
Alright.
crazy. I just got the tweet.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
because
Wait, did you send it just now?
yeah, I sent it just now.
Oh.
If you want to take a listen, just say when you're starting to watch the video, Ralph, and I'll sync it up to this podcast.
Okay. 1 second. Coming up.
Okay.
I'm
So,
listening to it now.
So the tweet is from Seth Simons, and he says, "Today SNL announced the hiring of its first cast member of East Asian descent, and also this guy, and the video."
Well, I'm watching it now.
Okay, say play when you start.
Whoop. Play. Oh wow. I hate when like. Okay, I just got out of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, dudes just be talking like they know everything, especially white dudes. White dudes would be like, like talking about like shit that they don't have no clue about, but then like they're talking like they know everything about it. Like you know what I'm saying? They're talking about Chinatown. It's a dishonest cuisine.
Yeah, as if.
Come
what
on,
the
dog.
fuck?
Come on.
They
come
basically
on,
they
bro.
start talking shit about MSG and shit. Like MSG's in fucking everything.
Yeah, didn't we talk about this before? Not on
Yeah,
the podcast.
It's
That
literally
MSG is
made
like,
to make shit taste good. It's in fucking Doritos.
MSG. The whole MSG thing happened because a racist dude wrote like a paper about how he got sick eating Chinese food.
Yeah.
MSG is harmless. Very small, minute amount of people have a reaction to MSG, and even then, it's not even fully confirmed that it's MSG that causes the damn thing. It's sodium. Like I don't understand.
It's literally fucking sodium. If you
Or a sodium compound.
if you react poorly to sodium, you'll probably react poorly to MSG. That's just what fucking happens. Here's the thing. So this guy came out with whatchamacallit, with an apology, okay? Because this shit blew up. And this is his apology, Ralph. It's a Notes app apology that he posted on Twitter. By the way.
Oh, that's how you know he's sincere.
I'm a comedian who pushes boundaries. I sometimes miss. If you go through my 10 years of comedy, most of it is bad. You're going to find a lot of bad misses. I'm happy to apologize to anyone who's actually offended by anything I've said. My intention is never to hurt anyone, but I'm trying to be the best comedian I can, and sometimes that requires risks. Bro.
So
He didn't even apologize.
My fucking bro, literally, you listen to that clip that's been going around. What part of that is funny? What part?
It's not even funny. He's just like,
there's like no jokes in that. I literally don't hear any jokes. Nothing.
sounds like an office room like conversation to me.
it does.
Like a water cooler conversation. Like,
Yeah.
so those fucking Chinese people over there, right? Like,
That's what it sounds like.
like they just like fucked everything up down there. Like we should gentrify the shit out of that place now. Like by now.
Like,
It's so fucking baffling how he thinks that he's like, oh, like I was just making jokes, guys. There's nothing funny about that. There's like you hear people making fucking racist jokes, and at least you can tell that they're making jokes. Was that fucking lightning?
yeah.
Holy
I was
shit.
looking at my like the screen of me, and I just saw it flash,
Yeah, but Ryan's whole room just lit up.
lit up.
I didn't see it.
I like how Danielle had to pop in on the moderator cam.
I'm in the basement, so I can't tell.
Damn.
Oh, there's thunder now too.
That's fun. Okay, but like fucking this guy, it doesn't even sound like he's trying to make a joke. And like I'm
It
not
just
the
sounds like
biggest-
he was airing his prejudice, honestly.
I'm not the like I don't like racist jokes to begin with anyways, but like that doesn't even sound like he's trying to make a racist joke. It just sounds like he's being racist.
Yo, those. Oh my god. So you like take the subway downtown, and there's like those fucking Chinese people everywhere. Like, that's what it like.
That's
what
what it
is.
sounds like. It sounds
So
like
that
he's
fucking
fucking
General Tao
complaining.
chicken, like God, it's really like it's a lie. Like
It doesn't sound like a fucking joke. He's not a comedian. He's not funny. There's nothing funny about that. It's so wild.
And then
Yeah.
he just had to drop the slur. Like he just
Yeah, no, just sprinkle that in there, you know?
see, like I think if he didn't say that, it would have been, hey man, he made some really insensitive comments in the past, and then you're like, oh no, he said this. Oh god, oh.
oh, I saw the lightning again.
Yo, that
Oh,
lighting's
did you?
crazy.
That looks sick.
Dude,
It
I haven't
looks
seen anything
pretty
yet.
sick.
That's crazy.
I was gonna see if
Ryan,
was
your
gonna see
the whole back of your thing literally lights up.
really.
Yeah,
Hold
your
on, I'm trying to
curtains
see
literally
if-
light up. fucking crazy.
Cannot cap.
All right.
Very nice.
Apparently, Superman is revealing his identity in the comics.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow.
I'm trying to see if
SNL.
SNL responded to it yet.
They
I just saw it.
It's fucking crazy, right? That okay, but like, yeah. So that's all I can say about fucking what's his face, dumbass. Shane Gillis. Yeah, Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis, and literally everyone's been speaking out about it too. So like,
dude, Simu Liu's comment was really good, dude. He just said,
say?
he basically said like, congrats to Bowen Yang. Is that the other guy's name? Yeah. Congrats to Bowen Yang for joining the cast of SNL. That other guy, not so much. And then someone said, like, just completely kind of off topic, just wrote like, hey man, I can see you hosting SNL in the future. And he said, his response was, until he's removed or shown that he truly understands the depth of his actions, that's out of the conversation. So honestly, I think we need to get rid of this guy just because Simu Liu wouldn't host with him.
It's that's wild. That's fucking wild how they would hire someone like that. Yeah, it's Bowen Wang.
Also, like, how different is his other content to that? Because I feel like
he's a stand-up comic, but like I don't know what he's fucking done.
Oh, he's using homophobic slurs too.
Mm.
This is just going way fucking downhill.
Wow, cancel him.
That's crazy.
Whoop-de-whoop.
Yep.
Wow.
But
We gotta like, and then people started posting like, like there's like people post like the summoning circles. People started
Summoning
posting
circles.
Twitter summoning circles like, find a new Asian cast member, hire a second one. It was like, oh my god, that's really funny. I'm retweeting that because that shit's funny. Going back to the main purpose of this podcast, don't be racist.
Mm-mm.
Thank you.
From the first episode 1, maybe if that man had listened to our podcast.
Yeah, maybe if he had listened to this before the podcast was out,
Mm-hmm.
maybe if he heard us say it, he would have been, damn. Oh my god. I've been racist. But he learned.
But yeah, that's what's in other news.
In not racist news, did you hear the leak about why they're rebooting the Power Ranger movie?
There's a leak about that?
So apparently, one of the reasons they're rebooting it is because Hasbro, who now owns the brand, has said internally, apparently they didn't want to pay the cast more money
To come back for a sequel?
Yeah. So this is which I think, okay.
Even though
think
all the cast is super down to do a sequel,
well, here's
like,
the thing. Here's the thing, though. I understand what they're saying. From a business perspective, what they're making it sound like, realistically, who was the most famous person in the movie last time? When the first movie came out, the most recognizable face was probably Becky G.
Are you sure? I feel like RJ Kyler was pretty.
That's a fair point.
Was pretty.
Don't even know his name.
But
I'm pretty sure RJ Kyler.
But what they were saying is that's still like 2 of the main cast. And then all of a sudden,
Dacre Montgomery is in Stranger Things.
Naomi Aladdin comes out.
Naomi Scott's Princess Jasmine and Ludi Lynn's in Black Mirror.
And
Aquaman.
So,
but they already got freaking Bill Hader and Bryan Cranston and Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, but that's still not the whole cast. Now that the whole cast is in huge blockbusters, and the movie flopped too. So if they're trying to contend with a sequel that didn't make money, a sequel to a movie that didn't make money, where the cast is all now making like a couple million each and every one of them,
can't afford it.
It makes more sense from a business perspective just to reboot it. I wish they didn't have to reboot it, because I thought the cast was one of the stronger aspects of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's really disappointing, man.
They have really good chemistry.
They all wanted to make one. They all wanted to make another one.
Literally, Dacre Montgomery. I love how like they've like blown up, and they're like, yeah, we'd love to make another one.
Such a depressing interview with him. Being
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I really
He's like-
wanted to make another one. I love that cast, and we grew so much as people. And it's like,
but I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm like,
it's such an ouchie, dude.
it's a very
almost-
big ouchie.
Dude, it's almost as big of an ouchie as Tom Holland coming on stage at D23 to promote his Pixar movie, and then everyone giving him a standing ovation and him starting to cry on stage. That was the bigger ouchie.
Big
But, like-
What was his Pixar movie?
Oh, he's doing
it's
like
called Onward or something.
Yeah, with Chris Pratt, they play
okay,
elves or
okay,
something.
okay.
They play brothers.
Oh.
Fun fact to you listeners out there. I don't know. I don't know if I'm not gonna reveal their name, but we know someone who was actually casted in Power Rangers, in that 2017 film. So shout out to them,
And then they had to
Who
drop
are you
out.
talking about?
and they had to drop out.
They had to drop out.
What are you talking about?
I remember for the longest time we thought they were playing Zordon, and they didn't end up playing Zordon.
And then we saw the person. We saw
And we were like,
we saw a person in the film, and I'm like, oh my god, it looks exactly like them. That's who they were
yeah,
supposed
it's
to play.
totally who it was supposed to be.
And it was like a
Um,
fairly like important role too.
It
Like
was
it
an
wasn't like a
important role.
huge role, but like it was pretty important.
Wait,
Yeah,
ca-
it
can
wasn't-
Can I ask who the name is with covering my mouth, and you guys
Text-
just bleep it out later or no?
Text it.
I'm texting it to you, Ralph. I'm texting it to you.
Okay, text it to me. Text it to me.
But yeah, that's a very fun fact to y'all. So
Wow. See, they have industry ties.
Yeah.
Okay, that's who I guess. That's who I guess.
we could
I was
have.
gonna say it makes sense now, right?
Yeah.
So
You
here's
said
my other.
Zordon, and I just...
Like, listen, honestly, I really wish they didn't have to reboot it. I think that if they had a better, like, if the movie was better written and better directed, the sequel could have been a lot.
You know
better.
who was supposed to write it
Who?
before he was fired?
Me?
Max Landis.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, I've actually read the Max Landis Power Ranger script. And
Oh, you
yeah,
have?
it's a very Max Landis movie.
Max
And,
Landis has
he-
literally only wrote one good thing.
Yep. That's a very good point actually. He did literally write only one good thing. Oh god, one of my dream movies to make is a Superman movie based on a comic book called American Alien. It's about like Superman growing up in like Kansas. And now that
Oh, yeah,
DC's
you've
doing
mentioned this before.
Yeah, and because DC's doing all these movies that aren't connected to a continuity anymore, I feel like that's possible and that's really exciting. But the comic was written by Max Landis. And now I'm like, oh, I don't want to make that movie anymore.
Because you'd have to credit him.
I would have to credit him.
What's wrong with
he's-
Max Landis?
Huh?
Max Landis
He's
is
been accused by
he's
multiple women. Sexual assault.
Oh.
well, it's all started because his dad is famous. But
He's
his
literally
dad,
only famous because
Max
his dad
Landis
is a
Sr.?
famous director.
his dad is famous. His dad's been in shit before, though.
With like the same like related?
No.
No,
His dad was low key. Okay, that's a very complicated. That's a much longer story. Basically, in short, his dad was co-directing a movie in the '80s, the Twilight Zone movie,
Wow.
and there was a scene in the movie where, basically, because Twilight Zone's like a sci-fi thing, it was a time travel part of the movie. The movie was 2 hours long, and it had 4 segments. So it would be like basically half an hour short films into one larger movie.
Right.
one
and
of the
each-
segments was directed by
Max Landis. The other was
not Max Landis.
John Landis. John Landis. I apologize. The other 3 segments were directed by George Miller, Joe Dante, and Steven Spielberg. So John Landis' segment was a racist dude. Goes, ironically, a lot of the cast members in that movie were SNL cast members, which is not a joke. That's actually true. They were SNL cast members in that movie.
That's fun.
a racist guy goes back in time through like whatever, and he's sort of he's in like the place of the people he's bigoted against. And in the end, because he doesn't learn his lesson, he gets killed.
Yeah. Whoop whoop. What's wrong with that?
It's considered by a lot of people, if you watch that movie, it's considered the weakest short in that movie because it's very incoherent. The middle is just kind of random.
Oh.
And then, so it's kind of like he's racist, he goes back in time, and the time travel stuff is really abrupt, and then all of a sudden he's like dead.
Oh.
And then the movie just moves on to the next story. The reason that happened is because there was a segment in that movie, in that short, where he goes back in time to Vietnam. And at this point in the story, he's starting to realize that he's bad, so he tries to like save 2 children in a village from the U.S. Army.
Gonna get you, man. Yeah. Okay.
And there's a helicopter shooting at him as he's trying to rescue these kids. That scene isn't in the movie because on the day they were filming it, a pyrotechnic went off and hit the helicopter, and the helicopter landed on the actor and the 2 kids, and the 3 of them were killed. Which is why they had to cut that whole part, because they obviously couldn't refilm it because they were all dead. The biggest thing is the 2 kids who were both like 8 and 9, and they were killed, were working illegally. The movie had violated child labor laws, and they were filming at 3 a.m. because it was nighttime during the scene. And under the Actors Guild, specifically when working with children, that's why they say never work with children, because there's very strict regulations when working with kids.
Yeah.
Like, they can't be on set for like anything that's remotely violent or sexual, and they have to work
past a certain time.
They can't work past, I think, 10 p.m. They can't work before like 8 a.m. and they can't work past 10 p.m. It's something weird, unless you put in like a request and you have to adjust the hours accordingly. It's a whole thing. Anyway, they had violated the law, and the kids were working illegally at 3 a.m. And there was also reports that the pyrotechnic that went off, like the explosion that hit the helicopter, was unsafely managed. So basically, Max Landis' father, John Landis, who was a super duper famous director,
blood on his hands.
Because he was the director, he's technically considered at fault.
Yeah.
He was found not guilty because he was fined for the child labor thing.
Right.
But because at the end of the day, it was sort of a freak accident, what happened.
Yep.
He wasn't really charged with anything.
Okay.
And it fucked him up because he and even now if you see interviews with him, if you watch interviews with him, there are people who tried asking him about it, and he gets almost violent with them because it's obviously like the darkest thing in his life.
Yeah.
He obviously didn't go into it being like, I want these people to die. It was a fucking freak accident. They were on a rushed shooting schedule. He thought, okay, if we bend the child labor thing, child labor is they aren't like forcing the kids to do anything violent or anything. There were like safety people on set. Just a freak thing happened. They were just working at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
It's a very complicated story. He avoided jail time, but he was fined, and he didn't work for a long time just because he didn't want to.
That makes sense.
But basically Max Landis, his son, sort of rode the coattails of his father.
Of his father's infamous image, I guess.
Not infamous image, mostly the good stuff that came from him, like a bunch of his movies. They rode the coattails of.
Yeah. And
he started getting gigs, most famously Chronicle, which he wrote.
Andrew.
Yeah.
And then he wrote Bright, which was his Star Wars.
Bright.
Isn't Bright the fucking
Will
Netflix
Smith.
Will
Yeah.
Smith?
Yeah. Then
Ew,
he
fucking alien analogies to race. That's disgusting. Whatever.
then he wrote like a bunch of other stuff, and he was gonna write and direct a remake of one of his dad's movies, which is probably his most famous movie, which is American Werewolf in London,
Okay.
which
I'm
is like
pretty
a
sure he was
dark
fired off of that.
What'd you say?
I'm pretty sure he was fired off of that, or he's not doing that anymore.
Yeah, I think he might have been, because that's a high-profile remake for the studio, and the last thing they need is a scandal on it. That's a really good movie, but
He also wrote American Ultra.
oh god, the Jesse Eisenberg
and Kristen
American
Stewart movie.
Stoner movie.
Anyway, in the wake of the Me Too movement, it was always kind of known that he was a very
I mean, it was known that he was
was-
like a shitty person.
it started out that people started saying he was kind of a lot. Like, he was just kind of like a lot to handle. And then that started to come out that he not only was he a lot to handle, he was just a shitty dude. And then the rape accusations started coming out. And there was a lot of them.
Okay.
Just quite a few.
So, yeah, Max Landis is a piece of shit.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah, so there's our Max Landis story. I forget how we got on to the Max Landis thing.
I think I just asked.
Oh no, because we were
Max
talking about
Landis
the Power
movie.
Rangers movie. He wrote a Power Rangers script,
Mm-hmm.
and he's credited in the movie still because that movie went through like 200 drafts. Anyway, it's really don't be bad.
Shit, man, fucking sad. It's Friday the 13th, y'all.
I think the
and we're-
podcast just saw my leg.
when we're filming this. So when we're recording this, I mean, so that's
Yeah.
it's fun and games and shit. Do you have any other topics, Ryan?
I do. Before we get to the final questions,
Ooh.
we have 4 currently.
Ooh,
Okay.
sick.
I mentioned earlier in the week that I was catfished recently. And I also said I was going to discuss it on the podcast.
Did you say that?
I don't remember this, but
Well,
I
you
don't
don't remember
remember
me
that either.
texting?
go off, bud.
I
Go
texted
off.
you. I texted y'all earlier that a few days ago I texted you guys. Maybe it was because I was at 2
I
a.m.
think I remember you saying you were gonna save something for the podcast.
Okay, so Joe Keery has bangs.
Oh,
That's
joke.
gross.
Yeah, did y'all see that?
Yeah, I know. I always have the Twitter trending page open during the podcast to see if there's anything I want to talk about, and that's the number 1 trending thing right now.
Yeah.
Is it
looks
for
terrible.
something? It must be for something.
It doesn't look good. I'm sorry, man.
It
love
doesn't
you,
look
but,
good.
like,
He was the.
doesn't-
I love that he was able to pull off. He was able to pull off a mullet 40 years after mullets went out of style.
Do you see the picture, Ralph?
Who is
Someone
It's Joe Keery, the guy who plays Steve on Stranger Things.
someone just tweeted Joe Keery is playing Will
Shut
Byers
up.
next season.
It does. It looks.
that? It's like a medieval haircut or some shit, you know?
Yo, but like
looks
the
like-
thing is, like, it's a middle part, but also it's not in the middle.
Middle Ages.
It
It's
looks like
not-
he's a,
It's like
it looks like he's a squire.
Yeah, exactly.
I also
your armor, sir.
I also don't like I don't like the bit of chest hair that's being
Yeah,
shown.
You
Sorry,
It's a
were
little-
looking at. Wow.
that's like some like 70s shit, dude. I don't like that. Anyway,
Shout out to Joe Keery, love you.
I also love him. Did you see that video of him doing like the Dirty Dancing lift with his girlfriend?
No.
That's kind of
That's
a funny
amazing.
video. He just kind of like he does like the Dirty Dancing like Patrick Swayze thing. Anyway, on this episode of Catfish, of MTV's Catfish,
Mm.
With Neve,
with Neve and Max.
the other guy.
So Ryan was on Tinder a few weeks ago,
Mm-mm.
and something occurred. I was out with my buddies, And as I'm out, my phone buzzes, and it just says, "Hey, you've got a match." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. I like matches." And I look at it, and it's a very attractive person.
Wow.
And the bio of said person was very bare, and the pictures looked semi-professionally taken. So my buddy is with me, and of course my buddy is just kind of like, you know, he's a bro, we're playing, and he comes up and he goes, "Oh dude, she's really pretty, she's probably trying to catfish you." Pats me on the shoulder, and I'm like, "Oh dude, oh
man.
buddy, you're so funny." So I start to message this person. So the first red flag is she used the wrong form of your.
Was it like a bot or something?
That was
A
my
Russian
first
bot?
concern. My buddy thought he had a Russian bot at one point.
Damn.
A person my buddy, he has a beard and he wears a baseball cap because he has male pattern baldness, and he posted, a girl responded to a picture of him on Tinder, just saying like, "You look like you're racist" or something. And he was,
I think I know which friend you're referring to.
he said that was the most painful thing anyone's ever said to him. He's like,
Yeah,
people
bro.
make, anyway, so basically I start messaging this person. Let's call her Lily. Me and Lily were messaging, and I was like, "Hey, Lily seems pretty cool. She lives like down the, like, fairly close. She goes to this school." And I was like, "Wow, dude, I have a good friend here, a good bud." Bud then, I load and I go, "What's your snap?" And she goes, "Pew! I don't have snap."
Oh, I thought you were gonna go like. XXX.
Oh well, I got. Oh no, I thought you. Okay, I thought it was gonna be, I was gonna get a snap from her, and it was a completely different person.
Oh, I know. It's like XXX Busty Babe 16.
Yeah, right.
Picture
Add me. It's $5. So then I'm like, "Okay, what's your Instagram?" And she goes,
Don't have.
"Pew! Don't have an Instagram."
Ah!
And I'm like,
This is getting fishy.
"No," but then she says, "I have a makeup Instagram." And I'm like,
Then why didn't you just put that?
"Okay." So at this point, I'm out of bullets,
Right.
and I'm just kind of like, finger guns. "Do you have a phone?"
What?
It's capable of. I literally said, "Can I have your number, or do you not have a phone either?"
Oh wow. You
And-
sarcastic, clever man.
And she goes, "Yeah, I have a phone." And I'm like, "Can I have your number
911.
then?" And she goes, "Yep." It's just, I text her and all I get back is, "You have reached automated sex." No.
I thought you were being serious.
Wait, you didn't ask for the makeup and stuff?
No, because she like totally brushed it off. She's like, "Yeah, I have a makeup one, but I never use it."
That's stupid.
I'm like, "Okay." So I told my buddy this, and he's just like, "That's kind of weird, dude." So she was telling me about, like, I was texting her. She's telling me about, like, her. This is the other weird thing. Instantly, she goes, "What's your ethnicity?" And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "I mean, like, your background and stuff." And I'm like, "Okay, that's not the same. It's not really the same thing, but okay." So I told her. She told me. And I was just like, "Okay, this is like," I thought it was going well. I would text her until like 3 a.m.
No,
Every single day.
Ryan, no, Ryan. No.
And then-
Oh, Ryan.
And then finally one day I was like, "Hey, we should like hang out or something." And then she goes, "Is this a joke? Are you tricking me?" And I'm like, No, I'm not at all. We should like hang out. We go to the same school and everything." And then she just goes, she just doesn't respond. And I'm like, oh, oof, okay. And then
Sorry, do they go to the same school as you?
apparently,
Okay.
In quotations.
so I'm like, oh, she's not gonna respond. So I went to top commenter Hanan, and I was like, yo, she hasn't responded to me. And then she gives me like the give her till tomorrow thing, or else just move on. I'm like, fair enough. We have a Hanan comment loaded up and ready to go on our comment page, so we'll get to her in a second.
Soon times.
And then I get a message that just says, yeah, I don't want to meet you. It's just like, okay. And then I was like, that's
I don't want to kidnap him. He's too nice.
Did they like squeeze personal like information out of you and stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. It was kind of
like, yo, I'm
Ryan,
from,
what's
I'm
your
from
social
Guelph.
security number?
yeah. And then at one point I thought it was gonna be like, yeah, I'll hang out with you if you Venmo me $20.
Ooh.
It's like the girl that was like,
You give me
I'll
Starbucks.
go out. Yeah, the girl that was like,
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I'm gonna be downtown in a few days. Want to like meet up or something? And she's like, I will if you bring me food. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you will bring me like a venti
Specific
coffee
order.
Yes, ma'am.
with a with a muffin. And I'm just like, yeah, that's really fucking weird. Like, it's not even like a guy paying on the first date. It was literally, here's a list of shit you have to bring me. And I was like, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
For you to
Anyway.
even qualify.
Get that coin, sis.
Anyway,
I
so
hope she scammed other dudes.
Ryan,
I
you should
nev-
just use Rhea.
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 Rhea? Raya? I don't know how you pronounce that.
What you talking about?
Do you know what that is?
No.
It is a dating app for celebrities.
Oh, I'm gonna use that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna link
You-
my IMDb page.
Ryan, I'm GOOSHLEMS.
Check
I know
me
it's
out.
actually no, like genuinely serious. It's an actual thing, but like it's like a private app that you have to be like approved to use. Like you have to be like a fairly well-known person. So it's
so
like
funny.
it's like influencers meeting other influencers. So that way you date like within the industry.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, right?
That's such a like white privilege thing. Holy shit. That's gotta be
It's-
the
That's
whitest
like
dating app
capitalism.
ever.
But yeah, no,
Aside
it's,
from,
it's
like,
literally like a
Christian
thing. But like in theory it kind of makes sense because like if you're fairly famous, you don't want people like on
Classic shit.
Tinder to recognize you and only want to date you because they're a fan or something.
That's true.
If
but at
someone's
the same,
in the same industry as you, they're probably on the same level as you. Therefore, you don't need to worry about like.
that's
I
fair.
don't agree.
But at the same time, I don't like that it's like
It's
just
fucking weird. It's weird.
yep, it's weird. Anyway,
But hey,
yeah,
Ryan, when you're famous, you'll be on.
yeah, I'm gonna be on. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Catch
we have-
Ryan on Rhea.
yeah, hit me up. It's my username is real Ryan Tocheri.
Official Ryan.
Official Ryan.
So- We're running out of time, but we have 4 comments. Catastrophe says,
Catastrophe.
"How is school?"
Ralph, you go first.
Ralph, how is
How is,
how is Burlington Film School Guelph campus?
Burlington Film School. Yo, actually, like, blur this shit out, okay? Like, blur that shit out.
I'm not gonna fucking blur that shit out, Ralph.
Ralph, you
Okay.
won't be able to read it.
The Burlington Film School satellite campus of the Guelph Film School. It's shit
Good?
hasn't picked up lately.
Oh, really?
Thank God. So it's been like a week, so it's not bad, but yeah, school's been alright, I guess. But it's gonna be really shitty soon, so 'cause fuck bio and stats, man.
That's
Yeah. I mean
fuck film
intro to
production.
biology of a fucking camera and statistics in the film industry. Yeah, that's
wonderful.
yeah.
we
How's
really
how's
need-
it been going for y'all?
I have a 9-hour film class.
Yummy, yummy. Fruit salad.
Great. We should make a gritty a gritty Wiggles reboot.
Fruit salad.
Gritty GOOSHLEMS reboot.
A gritty Gooshlums
It's us,
reboot.
but like we have like beards.
And muscles.
Yeah, and muscles.
It's basically Logan, except
School for me has been it's
That
been fine. All my friends are in a different section. They're literally all my friends are in the same section, and I'm in like another one. So that's it's great. 10 out of 10. Except for my boy Sean Abramian. Shout out to him. It's his birthday today. Friday
happy
the
birthday,
13th.
Sean.
Happy birthday, bro.
Um
Shout out Maple.
yeah. But yeah, so it's all good. My classes are fine. One of my classes, my directing class, is pretty interesting, cause
Good.
straight up
great.
the first class, it's literally us doing fucking improv. Like we're learning how to act
That's
in that
scary as
class.
fuck. That's scary as shit.
But like
I don't even want to do icebreakers. in
no,
class.
bro, it's literally just playing fucking improv games for 3 hours. It's lit.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking great.
You're just like for 3 hours. You're just like, get loose.
This is literally
Get
like my fucking
fucking-
element, man. I'm so excited for like obviously we're gonna learn about like how to direct. Like the reason why we're learning about acting and shit, it's because like it's kind of like you can in order to be a better director, you have to also know how like what the actors go through. So like that's why we're doing a bunch of like
Oh.
acting shit.
That's why
Okay.
I took acting classes at one point.
Yeah, it's real fun. It's real fun. Love that.
Love that for you.
Don't have art history anymore, so that's
Oh, that's good.
so it's a good time. It's a
That's
time.
good. I'm happy both of you are doing good. Over here at the University of Southern New Hampshire, we're also having a good time here.
That's great.
Hanan says, "I'm sleepy and need a man. Please help."
Hey Hanan,
Just
you don't need a
go on-
man.
Oh.
You don't
Hanan
need a
needs
man.
You
That's
don't
a sick-
needs a
That's
man.
a sick tagline. Hanan needs a man.
You don't need a man.
Oh, that
to
is
be
good
happy.
actually.
You can be happy on your own. You can be happy with your friends. Your
And
friends.
also-
Ryan Tocheri
Yes. And Ryan Tocheri.
and Ryan.
And Christian and Raph.
Yeah,
And
Christian
Raph,
and
that's
Raph.
me.
Christian and
Raph.
Raph. Yeah.
I should start going by Raph.
Also, Hanan, go to bed. You said I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
My
You
fucking head
need
fell
you need
asleep.
sleep and you don't need a man. So go
My
to
head
sleep,
fell asleep.
wake up, just have a great life. All right? Live your life, spend time with your friends. Have a great time. Man.
Or
What-
just go on Tinder or something. You know?
Or
So-
go on Raya.
Yeah, go on Rhea because you're famous.
Yeah.
Osteoporosis says, "Fuck York University." I don't know why you're saying that because none of us go to York University.
Yeah, none of us go to York. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
Heard it's a great school though.
I also heard it's a great school.
Yeah.
Great people.
Fuck that school, whatever you go to, Austin. The hell?
Yeah. Finally, the
Would hate to go to your school.
The Steve 290 says, "Interview with me. I'm director, writer, head producer, and actor, and also I'm on Vimeo."
Wow, you're on Vimeo.
The Steve 290? Did Ryan freeze again?
No,
No.
it's who is the Steve 290?
We've had run-ins with the Steve 290.
Oh yeah,
before.
yeah. You've commented before. Yeah. For
The
sure.
Steve 290. You know what? We'll put you down on the list, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Swag.
But hey, we're you know us. We'll try and get more guests on this podcast. It's
Trying our best.
It's a fun time. It's a good time.
Oh, it's a great time. Yeah, it's a great time.
It's just us talking and shit.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
hey,
that-
this is the first time in our podcast where we actually like had topics and shit
Yeah.
for a while. For a while.
I'm
Or
sorry.
at
But,
least,
like,
yeah, a
also,
long
like-
time.
I'm sorry.
To be fair, a lot of shit popped up in the last week.
That's true.
Like even today, like fucking. Did you hear that? Sam Smith announced he is. They are now going by they them pronouns.
Yeah, but they've already said they're non-binary, so I kind of assumed.
Yeah,
they were already
but, like,
going by that.
But like it was like a thing where like they were non-binary, but like they're still using like
He.
like masculine pronouns.
Okay.
But now, and also
Good
the
for
cast for the Suicide Squad has been
Oh.
officially
Yo, I
revealed.
seen John Cena in that.
Yeah, John Cena. Yo, what are you talking about? I didn't see him.
It's gonna be a good film. It really is.
That's very interesting. It's very interesting how we were talking about James Gunn, our first podcast too. So that cast, why is everyone in that movie? Also, it said Joaquin, and I'm like, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yo, what's his face is in it too? Pete Davidson.
Yeah, Pete Davidson's in
Yeah.
it. Why
He
is
looks like a Suicide Squad person just by himself.
He looks like a super
just,
villain.
He's just gonna walk in and just be like, "This is Katana."
Oh my god! Wait, speaking about This Is Katana, Joel Kinnaman's still in it.
I know. It makes me
With
so
the guy
happy.
who said This Is Katana, but Katana's not like the girl.
That's
Who plays Katana.
disappointing, dude. Katana should have been the main character.
He's not gonna say This Is Katana.
She's got my back.
Again.
Her sword traps the souls of its
The
victims.
souls.
That might be the single greatest take in any movie of all
My
time.
favorite thing is that like a lot of people didn't like his acting. Like he was like he was one of the things people disliked about that first movie, and they brought him back. Cause the thing is, all the actors that they brought back were people that everyone loved from the first movie: Margot Robbie, Viola Davis, and
you know what? I loved Slipknot.
and Jai Courtney. Like, Jai Courtney was pretty good as Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of stole the show, to be honest.
Honestly, like, apparently, I've been looking at Jai Courtney and stuff. He hasn't been in any good shit. And people were like, yo, like, all the characters he played, like, he just hasn't had a good track record. And Suicide Squad was, like, the first time where people actually liked the character he played. But the thing was, the movie was shit. Also, Michael Rooker's in it, which is very interesting. Because I'm pretty sure there were rumors in the past that he was going to be in it. And then people interviewed...
They were saying... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, and then people interviewed him, and he's like, "No, I'm not in that."
Yeah, an NDA.
So that's very interesting. Also,
I think he's playing King Shark.
well, nothing's confirmed. Like, you don't know what.
John Cena's playing. How come they cast a guy no one can see, dude? That's fucked up. It's literally gonna be John Cena. What can we do?
My favorite thing is the caption is "Don't get too attached," referring to the fact that people are, like,
They
a lot
might
of these
drop
people are
out?
gonna die.
Oh.
Which, I'm looking on Twitter, and people are already doing death predictions. They just crossing out the actors' names, like predicting who's gonna die in the Suicide Squad.
Oh, Pete Davidson.
Yeah, no, I genuinely think Pete Davidson's character is gonna die.
Pete Davidson's gonna die. They won't kill off Jai Courtney.
I don't think they kill off Jai Courtney. They might kill off
Margot Robbie.
Huh?
They might kill off Margot Robbie depending on how much money Birds of Prey makes.
I don't know about that. I think John Cena dying is actually pretty likely.
Is John Cena gonna be the new Slipknot? Oh, you know who he's gonna be? Actually, he's gonna be like the new X-Force.
Oh my god! You know what? What if they brought Joel Kinnaman back to kill him, and that's like the big emotional moment because like he is like a big character from the first one.
Okay, I can see that. That could work. Interestingly, I didn't see Jared Leto's name on there. Who else did I not see? Oh, Idris Elba's in it. Oh,
I'm surprised Viola Davis is back, which is great. Because she
probably
was
didn't want. Slid a fucking check across the table, and she was like, "Oh."
She was great. Taika Waititi is in it.
Yeah, who's he gonna play?
That's good. I'm actually very excited for that.
Can you imagine just like the door opens and fucking Korg's there?
Oh.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, so
I like how your Korg voice is your YouTuber voice. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
It sounds like we're doing a fucking bad Kermit the Frog impression.
Hey guys, it's Korg, Doug. Okay. Do we have? I think we might have one. Oh no, we don't have any more comments. Oh.
No.
No more comments.
You know what that means? That means we're coming
That
to an
means
end.
we're losing
here.
engagement. Oh.
But hey. You can find us on Letterboxd now.
That's true.
Yeah.
We mentioned this in the first take, but
Yes.
Letterboxd is a
Letterboxd like the main like social media for all film students? Is that what it is?
to be honest, yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
It's
That's
like
Not
actually
for
kinda
me.
cool.
I don't subscribe to Letterboxd.
it's
Bro, my fucking hand fell asleep, man. Oh my god.
so Letterboxd is a social media for cinephiles. There's a bunch of movies on there. You can rate and give them reviews and stuff. Follow up your friends to see their reviews on movies and their ratings. You can find Pandora, Can I Have This Dance, and Without a Voice, all on Letterboxd.
Did you really have to say cinephiles?
Yes. Cinephiles.
I hate.
Yeah,
I
that's
hate.
disgusting, Chris. Don't say
Listen, dude. Cinephiles is such a like film Twitter
that. I'm a
word.
Chrisophile.
It really is.
A Chrisophile.
But you can go ahead, go on Letterboxd, give Pandora and Can I Have This Dance and Without a Voice a rating.
I'm a GOOSHLEMS file.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
I gave Pandora 2.5 stars
Didn't you mention
out of
this already?
5. I mentioned in the first take.
Oh right, and then we died and all
Yeah.
that.
I gave Can I Have This Dance 3.5 stars.
Thank you.
I'm probably gonna give Without a Voice 3.5 stars as well.
I'd give that. What would I give that? I don't know. Come back to me.
But yeah, y'all go. We already got a 5-star review on Pandora, so not from me. From someone we know.
Sean.
From Sean. Thank you, Sean.
Sean. Thank
But,
you, Sean.
But yeah, that's all I gotta plug right now, cause
I'm
y'all
plugging
can-
my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Ralph.Ramos27. Follow the shit. Run it up. Let's get to 100,000 followers, please.
Speaking of Instagram, we didn't mention the most important news of the week. After weeks of saying please sponsor our podcast, we've finally broken the ice with fucking Touhenboku Ramen, bro.
That's what I thought we were gonna fucking talk about this podcast.
Okay, listen, this isn't the longest podcast yet. We're only at an hour. Okay, the other day, I go to take a shower and I come back to my room, and my phone, I just hear a bing, and I look down at it and it just says the words that literally changed my life forever. Touhenboku Ramen started following you
On
and
Instagram.
I like stood there staring at my phone like.
Is that when you got my text?
And then he starts going, Ryan! Because they followed him too. And then Ralph was just like, oh.
Yeah.
But like, so then he posts on his story, like, this is really cool. So then I tagged them. I posted on my Instagram story, this is the greatest, and tagged them. This is the greatest moment of my life. That's an important distinction. You didn't tag them at first. So I wrote with a tag, this is the greatest moment of my life. And all that happens is my phone buzzes again. And it just says something like, this is the greatest moment of our life too. We are honored that we have such great customers. And then it says something like, we love you here. I'm just like, what? So basically, I started having a whole ass conversation with Touhenboku Ramen. And like, it just kind of started turning into them suddenly going, so happy we love you here, so happy you love us.
Wait, I tuned out. Did you mention the whole liking picture situation?
That happened after. So
Okay,
she goes, do you want some coupons? And I'm like, yes, I would love some coupons. And then they started liking all my pictures and like commenting so cute on them and everything. And I'm just like, Touhenboku Ramen is the most supportive person in my life right now, and it's a company. And then, so then Chris started re-tagged them in the post. And
I literally posted another post so I could tag them. Because I'm like, oh, I made a big mistake by not tagging because they didn't see my shit. So then I tagged them. And of course, almost immediately, they respond to mine too. With like nearly the exact same thing that they responded to Ryan with. Which I find very funny.
Probably because they copy and pasted it.
But did you write the same thing that Ryan did? Is that what? Oh, they copied and pasted.
No, they said basically the same thing that they said
Dude,
to Ryan.
Be honest though, they probably wanted to share the love, but they also didn't want to type all the shit out again. So they're
They
just
did
like,
not show me the same love at all. I had
So-
to like, bend over backwards for them, bro.
So what happened was Ralph was like, "Yo, try and get them to follow me too." So for my second post, I tagged Touhenboku Ramen because I was trying to get that DM too, but but I also tagged in very big words at the bottom of the picture because it was a
At
picture that
GOOSHLEMS.
Ralph posted that Ralph had taken. So I put picture by at Ralph.Ramos27, right? And so yeah, that happened. And they said to Ryan, "Hey, can we repost your post on our Instagram?" And then they also asked me, because first of all, they didn't follow Ralph after my post.
that's
So
true.
then they also asked me, "Hey, can we repost your post?" And me trying to help my boy Ralph, trying to get them to follow him.
Thank you for real.
I was like, I didn't want to just outright say like, "Yo, follow my friend Ralph." Like I wanted to I wanted them to willingly follow you themselves. So I was like, "Oh, it's not actually my picture. My friend tagged you again at Ralph.Ramos27 post actually took it." And then they said, "Never mind."
Jeez. I thought they'd like DM me, you know. I was in the middle of my bio lab.
Yeah, I thought that they were gonna
Or,
DM you too.
You're
So-
like sitting there with like an out on your like thing like
Yeah, exactly.
So-
No, yeah,
they,
yeah, yeah.
Touhenboku started getting fucking deep with me, bro. They just started going. I said like, "This is such a great interaction. Thank you so much." Because I put on like my PR face because I was this close to being like, "Also follow at GOOSHLEMS," and then they suddenly just went, "We're so happy you feel that way. Businesses are about making money, but to us, what's more important is making a community." And I'm just like, Touhenboku Ramen, you're gonna make me fucking cry, bro. Like, so I just love them so much.
Dude, so fucking great.
Thank you.
And then, so I was like desperately trying to get them to follow Ralph. So I was like, "Thank you so much again. Me and my friend Ralph have been going to you guys since 2017.
That is facts.
So, and like, you're still our favorite ramen place.
Yeah, fuck Kenzo.
Yeah.
Kenzo.
But then at least they were like, "Wow, like Ralph, tell your friend Ralph he can get a discount too." And I'm like, "Okay, at least they got that.
Yeah.
At least we got that for him, right?" So then I was like, "Ralph, I'm sorry, man. Like,
It's not budging.
they're not budging." Then I noticed, our good friend Jessica Martinez, the host, she followed Touhenboku Ramen, and she liked a couple of their posts, and then she texted me, "Holy shit, they followed me too." And Ralph was like,
To be fair, I just followed them that day after they told me the news. So I'm fake. Just follow.
and then I was like, wait, strategy. Here's what I think. Ralph, like some of their photos, and then they'll see that you're a loyal fan.
I'm loyal. I
And
liked
then
9 of
maybe
their
they'll
recent
follow
photos.
you.
Yeah.
So Ralph, what did you do?
I liked 9 of their recent photos. I like totally like dropped down to my knees.
Like, please.
Yeah. Please. And then
And-
they finally did.
Damn.
All praise to God.
Oh,
Yeah.
you even tried to like, even they reposted your my
yeah,
photo.
I
'cause
said
gave-
thanks for the post. And then they just liked my fucking message. They didn't say anything bad. They
Dude,
didn't
I
say,
had like a,
Touhenboku's
I
about building
literally,
community."
dude, I had like a 2-hour conversation with them.
Yeah.
Like it was
Come on, like,
ridiculous.
I gave
dude.
you a free ad technically. Like,
Dude,
like come on. Jesus.
Yeah.
this is exactly what they said. I said, excellent, I would definitely come. Thank you so much for making my day. And they said, you too, my friend. Business should not only focus on earning more, but also spreading love, kindness, and making friends along the way. See you, Ryan. I am just waiting here for you. Like the lyrics in this song, right? Just kidding.
Wait, what? Is that for real? Yeah, okay, someone's trying to. Someone over there wants you, Ryan. I think that's what it is.
I hope it's
Yo, we're gonna go there for the discount, and then like, one of the chefs is gonna be like, "Hey, Ryan, do you want to come into the back and like, and check out some stuff?" And we're just gonna be left there hanging. Ryan's not gonna come back for like an hour.
He's gonna come back and his hair's all messed up.
Yeah, lipstick smeared all over his face. His mascara is like running down. His face. He's walking side to side. Like,
I come back and I'm just like, I'm gonna need a new beanie, bro. This is.
yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we need to go downtown soon, all of us.
To
We
take
really do,
advantage
we
of
really
the
do.
fucking discount.
We only have until like October 2nd to take advantage
Is it
of the
actually?
discount. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They have cards, they said, I think.
Okay. Let's do it soon then.
We should.
Oh, okay. I have a suggestion. I'll say it after the podcast.
All right.
That's wonderful.
Well, in that case, like on that note.
Yeah, who were we? I was Brian. I was Brian Tocheri.
I was Ramos.
I was
Growth
Christian.
represent.
I was Christian the pastor.
Thank you. Amen, brother.
Amen.
May the force be with you and with your
Amen.
spirit.
What a great time.
Thank you for moderator Danielle for coming out to the podcast.
Yep.
Thank
shout
you.
out.
Thank you, Touhenboku Ramen, for breaking the ice. We
Shout
hope to
out.
one day have you sponsoring the podcast.
Shout out just to shout you out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Last ditch thing for any questions, and nope, we're good.
Nothing? All right. Well,
Okay.
cowards, thank you for being cowardly. Thank you for coming for 20 episodes. This means the absolute world for us. We got some big moves coming in the future.
And you can catch us on the same Goose channel.
It's in the same, not the same Goosh time, because we used to be good with that, but not anymore.
Nope.
But thank you anyway.
It comes out every week. That's all you got. That's
That's
you
all.
gotta know.
That's all we got
At
at this
some
point.
point in the week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Y'all can kiss my goosh. Bye.
And
Bye.
like my legs.
Follow everybody on Instagram. Bye.
Bye.